So it'll have each review day. This day I'll have the link to the actual web page that I had. That way you can go watch that video, because some people forget the web addresses or they can't navigate my site. So I'll just send it personally to your email. Semester practice guide is due on Monday, so that's when we're back. Tuesday's a semester test in here. It's 1 day, 1 class period test. Book check the day after. That's Wednesday. So make sure you find your physical copy of your book. You'll bring that in. And then all late work, JMC, gradebook, Google Classroom stuff is due tonight. So keep that in mind. I'll send an email tonight to remind people of that. But yeah, so we're only in here for a few minutes, so about 20 more minutes or so. So I'm going to go through this pretty quick. We're on part 5 of review, the last day. We're doing 2 questions today. So we did 3 on Thursday last week. We did 2 Friday. We did 2 Monday. We did 2 yesterday, and now we're doing 2 today. So that's the idea. So right now we're currently up to, what is that? We're on to, 10 and 11 or something like that today. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're on 10 and 11 today. So. All right, let's jump right in. So again, problem number 1, talked about finding the total wages with overtime pay. 2 is talking about commission and adding your salary in. Deductions from a paycheck to figure out your net pay. Calculate your down payment, what the mortgage the loan you'll have to take out after you make your down payment. The next one is doing a mortgage over 30 years with the interest that you have there. It was an astronomical number. We talked about what your monthly payments are for a vehicle loan. On this problem and the last number 5, you have formulas you have to memorize. So I would definitely go back and check those days and see what those formulas you have to know. Okay, that might be something we review on the Monday we're back. Those 2 formulas. 7, use the insurance thing so you can figure out the coverage. 8, we talked about the parts and the labor. You only tax the parts. And then yesterday we finished with our race format question, just explain in words the best route. And you could expand and really you could go really in depth on that problem and go kind of crazy if you're going to extend your explanations. So today we're doing 10 and 11 today. So these should be our last 2. They're in our latest section we've been using, the units. So this was based on travel and whatnot. This one is an Uber Black problem. So it would be some type of transportation problem. I'm just going to let you know that. So, but let's walk through this. So you have 5 people in a vehicle in the Uber Black. You're going 15 miles for 12 minutes. Booking fee, you have an occupancy fee, you have cost per minute, cost per mile. These are super expensive, Uber Black. This one in particular is pretty crazy expensive. So here's what you need to do. Let's do all the different calculations. Obviously, we have a booking fee. So $720 is going to have to be added. Okay? Now, how do we calculate the cost per people in the vehicle? Yep, 5 times 4. So that will be the cost of the people in the car. So 5 times the $4. So that means the cost will be $20. Right now we're already at $27.20. That's just having the people in the car and just to book it. That isn't even going anywhere yet. You booked it, you had to pay that just to get in the car. Okay? Now, the rest of this is calculating the cost per mile and cost per minute. So we went cost per mile. So that's the 15.1 miles times the $3.20. Okay, so $3.20, that's the cost per mile. So $3.20 times the 15.1, I'm getting $48.32. That's a pretty expensive, trip, but you're also going 15 miles. That's not normal in an Uber. Ubers are usually designed for like a mile or 2, not 15. You're going from like here to Clear Lake. That's not a normal Uber.
But then they can also charge you for going out of town.
Yeah. Now next, the cost per minute. This one isn't too bad. 12 minutes and you're getting charged 34 cents per minute. So that's not too bad. So 15 miles in 12 minutes. Yeah, it's about right.
My uncle does Uber Black in Dubuque.
Does he? Does he like it?
They make good money.
Yeah. So, but he had to also pay good money for the vehicle he's driving too. So.
Well, they got it pretty cheap since their uncle's like a car dealership.
Oh, that's nice.
Like a nice Cadillac.
Yeah.
Black Cadillac, or it's like a black Escalade.
That's sweet.
Something.
I'm jealous of that.
And so then, like, he's like, we were hanging out one day, he's like, we need to go, because I have to be back for double pay, and plus people have a concert tonight, so like,
Oh,
double
yeah.
pay, plus the extra people from the concert. He's like, I need to get back.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so adding these all up, the booking fee, the cost per person, cost per mile, cost per minute, you are charged $79.60 for this Uber. Now, that might to you seem like a super crazy expensive cab ride. You have 5 people you're splitting that with. Have them Venmo you. You know, if you took that price, and you divided amongst the 5 people in the vehicle, they paid $15 for a ride. That's pretty cheap for a taxi ride. If you're, getting to a concert back to your house and you don't have to drive anywhere, it might be worth it to you. And remember, on an Uber, you get your first ride free. They have a code for that. So always take advantage of that. And if you sign up with a new phone, you get the first ride free again. So every time you get a new phone, first ride's free.
Just keep switching phones.
Keep switching phones. Because Uber pays the driver for it. So, all right, pretty cool though. And always tip the driver. Always tip them because they're doing you a service. They're keeping you, safe. So delivering you where you need to go. Yep. When it needs to be. All right. Questions. Okay, there's your first one. Okay. The last question today, number 11, is the meter reader. All right. So your utility meters, we're going to be reading this off. Now, I'm not going to have you compare 2 different meters. The reason why, I want the picture I want to have it really big so you guys can see it. And not like blurry and small. So I'm just going to pick one. Once you read off this number, then you're going to do the cost, what it is to consume. Let's say this.
4,895.
So, okay, good. So we read that number off. So that was 4, 8, 9, and 5.
Then you take that times 0.27.
Yep, exactly right. And we're going to multiply by 0.27. Now this is going to be super expensive because normally you don't use 4,000 units of something.
13.165.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. So 4895 times 0.27, and you're absolutely right. You said 1321, what do you say?
65.
65. All right. Yeah. That's not normal, by the way. I just picked this number. It'll probably be something smaller than that. It'll be something more reasonable. That's kind of an expensive thing. In terms of usage, if you're a city person, you pretty much have to worry about water and electricity. That's really all you really worry about. If you're out in the country, you might have to worry about gas, natural gas. You have to have an LP tank. Natural gas prices can be pricey.
I know a lot of people that would like to do wood.
Yeah. Just because LP can jump so much in a year. Just to give you an idea, I filled up my LP tank when I first moved in my house. It cost me about $600 to fill the big tank. It was a pretty big tank to get it back to full. I like to have it full. I like to have it topped off. So it cost me about $600. At one point, I know when I was growing up, it cost my parents $4,000 to fill it 1 year. Because of gas, the LP price jumped. Usually it's about 80 to 70 cents. It jumped to like $4.20 a gallon, and that's a 1,000-gallon tank. So yeah, it was kind of pricey, and that's why people go to wood-burning stoves, or they go to corn-fed stoves, or something like that where it's cheaper. I like LP. You can sign contracts with your local gas company, and so that they can guarantee you a certain price for a certain number of years. You should do that. So keeps the prices lower.
I know people who over in Clear Lake, when trees are getting knocked down, around Clear Lake and stuff. They know a whole bunch of people, and they're just come pick it up, and then they cut it and use it.
Yeah, because
free wood for their advantage to keep the house for free.
Yeah. Cutting trees is another pricey ordeal if you ever have to do that. That is not a cheap venture if you ever have to cut a tree down in your yard. I'm just warning you of that. You will pay a pretty penny for that.
What was that number? 79.60?
Yeah, 79.60, yep.
For the
Uber, yep. Okay, questions though?
No.
All right, that's it for today. We just had the 2. Be ready for